My name is Annie. Welcome to my Flosstube channel, XO Needle in the Hay, XO. You can also find me on Instagram at XO Needle in the Hay, XO. Today is July 29th, 2024, and this is Flosstube episode number 4. My last Flosstube episode, episode number 3, was filmed about 3 weeks ago. I have been quite busy getting ready for the Midsummer Stitch event as well as my tutorial. So I hadn't gotten a lot of stitching in, and I certainly didn't have time to film a nice Flosstube episode. So I put together a very quick Flosstube extra to tide you over in the meantime. I hope you've been able to check that out. But since Midsummer Stitch, I went to Seattle for 1 week and I am back home now. It's been a complete whirlwind of activity and inspiration. Even though it's been over a week, I'm still basking in all the goodness that was Midsummer Stitch. To all of you who found my channel through Midsummer Stitch, thank you so much for checking it out. I hope you like what you see. I hope you had a good time at Midsummer Stitch. I certainly did. I had such a good time teaching that tutorial, even though, I was so very nervous leading up to it, but I had such a blast during and after. Seeing all of your cases that you've made since attending the tutorial has made me so happy. Please keep tagging me in those. Yeah, I have reached over 1,000 followers on Instagram, which is so exciting. After Midsummer Stitch, I just got a whole bunch of new followers. So I thought as a thank you, I would do a little giveaway on Instagram. I'll do the same on YouTube here when I get to 1,000 followers. I think I'm at 999 at the posting of this video. So one more follower, hopefully next video I'll announce a giveaway. But yeah, I'll show you what I'm working on for the giveaway for Instagram when we get started here. This is my 4th video now, and it's still really hard for me to sort of get in the groove. So I'm just gonna jump right in with finishes. I have 2 finishes. One I have here with me, and a second one I don't have with me because I gifted it when I was in Seattle, but I made sure to do a very quick video on it so that I can show you in this Flosstube. So because my editing skills are not great, I'm gonna stop this video now so that I can easily insert the pre-recorded video and then come back. Okay. Hello everybody, it's July 20th. It's about 3 hours before my Midsummer tutorial happens live. I'm just checking in because I finished something today and it's a gift. So by the time I film my next Flosstube video, it won't be with me anymore. So I thought I'd show you while I have it. I finished Astronaut Cat this morning. This is a pattern by Tourmaline Patterns on Etsy. I did change a few things, mostly because I was running out of time. There's a small planet here and I think like one up here too, and not only was I running out of time, but then I realized that I might not have enough hoop space. So instead I tried some beading. I was inspired by Dace, the Dace Man on YouTube. He is beading, it's either a long dog or a modern folk embroidery. I can't remember now, but it inspired me to try beading on something that doesn't call for it. And I thought these stars would be a good start. Again, this is Astronaut Cat by Tourmaline Patterns. It's done on 18 count Aida, which I really did have a lot of trouble with. I don't know when I'll do that again. Even when I use a white piece of paper or a backlight, it's still no fun for me, but I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I hope the recipient is happy too. Okay, that's all for now. I'll see you later. Bye. Okay, we're back with another finish, and that is Wally Dogs by Cosford Rise Stitchery. How cute is he? He's one of two. I have not started the second one yet, so I guess we can call this a half finish with bonus points for being in a frame. Let's see, this is stitched on 36 count Robin's Egg by Fiber on a Whim. I used silk white and black that I had in stash. The white is by Colors and Silk. The black or gray is by Dinky Dyes. I believe that's Blackened Coral, I believe is the name. And the white, I think, is Honeysuckle. And the yellow chain and sort of like that gray muzzle are the called for DMC. This was so fun to stitch. I actually did a lot of the fill-in during Midsummer Stitch. That was a great piece to work on. So fun. Yeah, I need to get started on the second dog ASAP so he has a friend. I already purchased and spray painted the frame for the second dog, so that's ready to go. Yeah, it was originally this gold color, but I don't know, I thought the black was more my style. Here we go. It's a second finish, and the third finish that I have is actually the Stitchy case that I started at the Midsummer tutorial. You can go on my Instagram to see up close photos of this, but this is Liz's Prairie Schooler Santa Stitchy case that I personalized for her. Let's see. Can we open this? With a little ornament that I made out of the same fabric. Okay, so that's 3 finishes. Very pleased about that. Okay, next up we have some new starts. I actually started 2 of these things on my trip to Seattle. Let me show you the first one. Let me find. The first one that I started was that big Mill Hill kit. I figured, you know, this would be a good start because it's on 28 count linen, it's easy to see, and I was guessing that I would do a lot of the black area first, so not too much like color changing. So pack that with me, and this is what I have so far. I left all the beads at home, of course. Let me see, let me put my board behind that so you can see. I had never stitched on 28 count linen before, and it's super easy to stitch on. And you know, the pattern calls for 2 strands of floss over 2 threads, and it's quite a, you know, it's quite loose for my taste, but I'm just gonna go with it since it's my first Mill Hill. I don't want to mess around too much with what's called for. So far this is really fun because it's really very easy to see, and I quite enjoy that. I think it's going to stitch up pretty quickly. I feel like that's, you know, maybe like 30% of the swan already. So again, that's Black Swans, a 5x5 by Mill Hill, and it actually came with 28 count linen and not perforated paper. So pretty. So that I started while in Seattle. That was super fun. Now, my second start while I was in Seattle, I thought I was going really well. However, I had a rude awakening when I went to work on it at home. So I brought with me Carriage House Samplings Mary Margaret to work on. Now, I know this looks like a crazy thing to work on a trip, but I figured I would eat my vegetables and do the border of Mary Margaret while on the trip because it would only require me to bring one color of floss. So her border is 2 stitches wide all the way around. And, you know, I was cruising along on the airplane actually, thinking everything was going just fine. And when I went to finish the border last night at home, you can guess probably what I'm gonna say, the border did not match up. Of course. So, I found my mistake. I frogged, I restitched, and then it still didn't match up. So I found another mistake and I'm mid-frog right now. Now, this is probably my own fault. Why I thought it was a good idea to stitch 40 count Picture This Plus on an airplane, I really have no idea. Maybe I deserve this because I was being a little overconfident. But here's just what, it's not much. But I actually have my needle where I found my mistake. So yeah, I have a mistake here. I had a mistake on this border, which I fixed. This is all good and this is all good. But I need to frog from the needle on and then this border. But you know what? That is my task for this evening. I'm going to put on some Olympics and I'm going to get this border done so that I don't have to look at it again. And so I can start with the fun part, which is Mary Margaret herself. But yeah, maybe don't work on 40 count Picture This Plus on the airplane. Note to self. I probably should have worked on my Care Bears on the airplane. It's easy to see. It's a lot of fill-in. I don't know. I just really thought the border was a good idea because it's one color. I don't need a chart for it. Yeah, lesson learned. Don't do that. Speaking of Care Bears, I started Care Bears. Hang on 1 second while I get the pattern. I just realized I don't have the pattern. Okay, here we have my Care Bear stocking for the Bring Out Your Kit sale, hosted by Thread Gremlins and Jen's Fiberweb. I think it's Jen, not Jennifer. Jen's Fiberweb. Hashtag Break Out Your Kit sale. Oh my gosh. This is so fun to work on. It's so colorful. It's a lot of absolutely fun, awesome fill-in. I hope that's focusing. I cannot tell. Can you see it? Here we go. How cute. So I have a yellow Care Bear in. I'm working on the red Care Bear. Rainbow. It stitches up really quickly. For this one, I did not use the included Ada. I chose to use this 32 count Joblin. I think that's how you say it, that I had in stash. I purchased it a while ago before I understood what Joblin was. So it's even weave, and I believe that I think part synthetic, part cotton. Am I right about that? It's definitely like shiny, slippery, almost like banquet tableclothy, which works out perfectly for this like retro Care Bear stocking, I think. The weave is really great to stitch on. lovely, even stitches, easy to see. I probably wouldn't use Joblin for anything but like a vintage kit. And I probably, you know, probably won't ever use it again. I'm just using it because I had it in stash. I thought I had a big piece, but I think this is the whole piece that I had. So yeah, that's my Care Bears. So much fun. Oh yeah, the one thing about this kit is sorting the flosses was really, I did not have a good time with that. You'd be surprised, I don't have it with me here, but you'd be surprised at how many floss colors there are. Like in the yellow Care Bear, there are at least like 5 different yellows, which I don't know. I don't know if that's necessary, but it really gave me a hard time sorting. Let's see. Those are my starts. Let me check my notes here. So I brought 4 projects with me to Seattle. I brought Mary Margaret to start, Mill Hill Black Swans to start, Care Bears because that was a really fun, easy stitch. And I also brought along my long dog sampler, Life After Death, because I figured I'd only need 1 color floss, and I ended up purchasing the PDF, and it was on my iPad, and I was bringing my iPad already, so it was easy to just bring this along, and I got a lot done. I finished the owl and like the frame that he's sitting in. This is a pleasure to stitch, and I also have a hard time putting this one down along with the Care Bears. So fun. I think my program tells me I'm about 9% done, which I really can't believe. That seems like a lot. Let's see what this looks like all the way open. Okay, I just had to cut that because I realized I was showing you the back side of my long dog sampler. Oh my gosh. So yeah, here is the front side. A pleasure, an absolute pleasure to stitch that. What else I've been working on? Not too much else. I'm making progress on my Hello from Liz Matthews Dimensions stitch along. I'm a little bit, while I'm ahead of the stitch along, I am not ahead of the assignment, if that makes any sense. Liz had assigned to finish out all the insides of all the window panes. So I'm not quite done with that yet. Hopefully I'll be ready to go for her next assignment. Just have a few in here. Oh my gosh. Love it. Love that one so much. And the last piece that I worked on these last 3 weeks, again, I didn't put in too many stitches. This one requires a ton of focus. This is my TV dinner. I started filling in the mashed potatoes. Let me show you the pattern. This one is pretty intense. I have a hard time seeing the threads on the linen because they are in that gingham pattern. I have to really focus and use my magnifying light in order to stitch, which, you know, I don't mind. But it's not like a casual watch TV, put on a movie type of thing. It's a real focus piece. But hopefully I'll finish the mashed potatoes before I see you next. That's really all that I worked on the last 3 weeks. Like I said, I normally get to stitch a lot more, but I really wanted to make a good midsummer stitch tutorial for you. So I focused on that, and that was completely worth it. I'm so happy with how that turned out. I guess we could consider midsummer stitch tutorial to be a finished object. I have on here plans, but you know what? I don't want to put any pressure on myself as far as new stitches go. So my plans are just to really plug away at what I have going on right now. You know, there are probably things that I'll be kitting up because I just like to do that. I have a stash of patterns, and sometimes if I don't feel like stitching, I normally will kit something up. It satisfies that stitchy craving in me. So really no plans except to keep working on my whips and also work on putting together a Midsummer Stitch, not Midsummer Stitch, a Stitchy Case tutorial for all the people who have asked me for one. I want to prepare one for you and maybe put it on my Ko-fi or Ko-fi. I don't know how to pronounce it. More on that later. Also work on my giveaway for the 1,000 followers on Instagram. Let me show you actually. That is actually a whip. So I was thinking I would have a fun little giveaway on Instagram to celebrate 1,000 followers, and I wanted to make a stitchy case for a lucky winner. I'm not done with it yet, but let me show you what I have so far. It'll be this medium-sized stitchy case. Okay, the big reveal, what I have so far. It's lined in Art Gallery fabrics, top and bottom. I'll include these cute little scissors. See those? Some 310, some ecru. And you know, I'm not done with this yet. I'm hoping to put a few more goodies in it, give it a little bit more personality, and then I will post details on Instagram for the follower giveaway. And like I said, on YouTube, I'm at 999 subscribers. So I think at 1,000 subscribers, I will have a YouTube giveaway, and it'll probably be a stitchy case and some other goodies. So that's it for my finishes, for my whips. And I think next, I'm gonna regroup. I'm going to tell you about all the new to me Flosstubers that I'm watching, and then show you some vintage haul. Okay, be right back. I wanted to share with you some new to me Flosstubers that I've been binging the last 3 weeks. I think what I'll do, I will put their channel names in the description box below, and you go see for yourself, because I don't think I have enough time to go on about all the reasons why I love these channels so much. Please check it out for yourself. If you haven't already, I wanted to mention Andy of Crow Stitcher. Seriously binging those. Wanted to mention Dace. I believe the YouTube channel is the Dace Man 0. I'll have to double check that, but if the Dace Man 0 is watching, love your channel. Am really anticipating and suspense for your next episode. Also, KBH Stitches. Love the energy that KBH Stitches gives. And also loving all the projects from Rogue Mama Stitcher. And one of my new favorite channels, sometimes duos, is Veggie Stitches. Love all of these floss tubes and their projects. I feel like we vibe really well, and I hope you'll check them out. Next up is a little bit of Stitchy Kindness and a little bit of vintage haul. As you know, I don't do haul, but I do like to share my vintage haul, and I totally understand if it's not your thing. Thanks so much for sticking with me for this long, and I will see you next time. But if you are here for the goodies. I have some for you. Some Stitchy Kindness. These are cross stitch related and from my cross stitch friends. Steph of Lindy Stitches, she was so sweet. She sent me the cutest little, I'm gonna call it a care package because I felt very cared for when I received it. She's so thoughtful. These are no longer in their packaging. I had to take them out because I wanted to bring them with me on my trip to Seattle. Look at these. Hold on, wait for it. Look at these absolutely adorable highlighters. Excuse me. Do you see these? They fit perfectly in my travel tin, and I use them to mark my working copy of my Care Bear stocking chart. Oh my God. I love them. If you watched my Midsummer Stitch tutorial, I think I probably went on and on about my glue in the shape of a bear. I just want cute things to live in my studio and on my desk, and I want to look at cute things. So the cuter the packaging, the more of a chance it has landing on my desk. And these are just perfect. And they each have little sayings on them. Let's see. This one says, highlight the positives, glow for it, be the highlight of someone's day, and let your inner glow shine bright. I just love those. They're so, so adorable. And Steph also included this charm bracelet here, a Squishmallow charm bracelet. But the great thing about these charms, okay, is they are all on lobster clasps. So you can use them as zipper pulls on scissor fobs, or you can make them into needle minders by sticking a handy magnet on the back. So cute. Thank you so much, Steph. So me and so perfect. Next, complete surprise. If you saw my Flosstube extra where I highlighted some Halloween finishes, you saw that I was kind of sad because I only had one of these tombstones to put finished pieces on. So guess what? Kathy Barrick sent to me a second tombstone. Thank you so, so much, Kathy. I cannot wait to put my finishes on these. Now, you know, things are better in twos. Now I will have one for my Nevermore Raven and one for my Nevermore Urn. I can't wait to show you. Thank you so much. Amazing Stitchy Kindness. And next, let's see. Next I have a bunch of vintage haul. A lot of it I got, it seems, while I was on my trip in Seattle. No, some of it by mail. Okay, in no particular order whatsoever. Cross-stitchy related things that are vintage. Can we talk about my new scissor caddy? If you saw my Flosstube, I think like number 2, you know that I collect these vintage scissor caddies where the animals wear the scissors like eyeglasses. Oh my God, how absolutely adorable is she? She does not have a tape measure on her like the others, but she does have the pin cushion here. So cute. Let me show you. They live here on my desk. Here's another one. I removed his scissors. He has a tape measure. Oh my gosh. See the back of her. I guess she's called a spaghetti poodle. So good. That is one piece of vintage haul. Another is a beautiful chocolate tin. And actually, I did not know that the inside is also decorated, so I won't be lining this. Oh, how beautiful. I don't know, I'll probably use this to keep some sort of stitchy notions in. It's so pretty. My tin. I also got a vintage jewelry box that I will be making into a sewing case. It really needs a lot of refurbishment. This is not looking so good. And when I went to go open it, you can see it's completely falling apart, but that's okay. We can fix her and make her beautiful. I just love those mid-century modern legs. How cute. This is a tip from a attendee of the tutorial. She bought a beautiful case like this, and I had to have one too. That's it for the cases. Now how about some patterns? Some vintage Snow White. I don't know, I've always thought of Snow White as kind of goth, so she might be my favorite Disney princess. I don't know, is it the hair? I'm not sure what it is. Is it the hair? Is it that all the animals love her? I don't know. If I had to be a Disney princess, it would be Snow White. Okay, this I got because I've been watching a lot of Bridgerton while stitching, and this absolutely reminded me of Bridgerton. What do you think? Does that, I mean, no spoilers, so I'm not going to say anything else. But what do you guys think? This is really not normally my style, but the more that I looked at it, the more I felt like I had to have it. My Bridgerton stitch. You know what's really shocking about this? Look at the, I don't know how many colors this is. This is the entire DMC list. It's this entire row. Can we see? And then this little section here, the entire thread list. I don't know when I'll get to that. That seems a little daunting, but I own it now. My Bridgerton-esque stitch. This is by Marie Barber, and it's called A Stolen Moment. Oh, a dimensions ornament kit. I could not resist the kittens. Christmas kittens, I mean, there's no way I could say no to that. And it's totally sealed. This is plastic canvas, and of course, floss that I have to sort. But I don't know, I think we'll get into that. Cute, right? Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, and the last few things, the last three things I actually got in Seattle. At Pike Place at the big market, there's a fantastic little store called My Fabric Stash. It's a consignment shop for fabrics and notions, but also they had some, I want to say like 5 cross stitch kits. Some of them were stamped, others were just not my taste, but I had to get something, so I chose this Janlin one. You know, and it looks, so you see how this looks like it's done with a variegated floss? Now, I think nowadays we would do this with overdyed and variegated floss. However, it is actually, these flosses that come with the kit are not variegated. So that tonal change is made with completely changing threads. I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know if I'll stitch this, but it was my favorite out of the bunch that they had there. And I wanted to support and bring something home, so I have this kit now. And I also got, at that same store, my fabric stash, the consignment shop, something to finish with. It's an acrylic coaster. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus. Whoop, there we go. So maybe I'll finish some sort of round prairie schooler ornament, but put it in this coaster. Pretty cool, right? It says crystal acrylic showcase, paperweight coaster or frame. So that was a fun little find. And my last thing that I got in Seattle, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. And we might have to do a Flosstube extra to flip through this. It's the McCall's Needlework and Crafts catalog. This is from fall and winter of 1969. And it is just full of projects that, you know, it includes knitting, crochet, embroidery, cross stitch. Let me just show you some fantastic pictures. Okay. It is falling apart quite a bit. Look at this room full of needlecraft decor. There's also some crocheted animals I wanted to show you. I don't know if I can find it now. Oh, here it is. Look at these crochet animals. This magazine was completely sealed when I got it, so I had no idea what I was in for, but I was willing to shell out the $5 for the surprise because I knew it was going to be good. There was no way I wasn't going to love this. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the last thing I'll show you. And then maybe we can do an extra. So good. I think that is all of my vintage haul. Oh, I have one more thing. It might fall under Stitchy Kindness. I was asked to review a cross stitch kit. I'm actually going to stitch this before I review it or post about it, but you know, since we're here, I thought I'd show you. Personalized Designs reached out to me and asked me to take a look at their kit and post an honest review on my Instagram. They sent me a list of kits I could choose from. They're all bookmarks, and I chose this one. It's a it's called Songbirds and Snakes, and it's from, is it from the Hunger Games series? I apologize. I read the first book of the Hunger Games. I didn't read any others. But I thought whether or not this is Hunger Games related, it doesn't matter. It could still be a great bookmark for someone who's never read Songbirds and Snakes like me. So I will be reviewing this, stitching it and reviewing it on Instagram. I will say right off the bat, what I love about this kit is that you do not have to sort the floss. It comes already numbered and sorted for you, and that is just an extra bonus. I have not enjoyed sorting my Mill Hill kit flosses one bit, or any of these vintage kits that I have to sort the flosses, so that's really great. Points to them for pre-sorting the floss for us. So yeah, that review will be coming up. But yeah, some Stitchy Kindness came my way. I think that is it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you for coming to Midsummer Stitch, for taking the tutorial, for tagging me in your photos, for watching. It's been a great few weeks of Stitchy inspiration and Stitchy love, and I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you for everything. Yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble today about cross-stitch things. I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you soon. Please do something today that makes your heart sing. Love you. Bye.